It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh. 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 It's black and white.
Hello there, my name is Lee. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to be showing you all the service changes that will take place on the 31st of August. So for those watching in the past, on the 31st of August 2025, a number of services changed in the High Wycombe, Aylesbury, Beaconsfield, Chesham, Amersham areas. These are as part of a massive service change by Buckinghamshire Council. There are other changes in the area as well, which I will also mention. But without further ado, let's go and see what those changes are. The service changes take place on the 31st of August. We're going to start in Aylesbury for a start, and starting with Route 50, which is of course the Aylesbury to RAF Halton service operated by Red Rose. This route has got a revised timetable on it. This is to coordinate with the brand new 55 services. These are brand new services which will run from Aylesbury to Wendover along the 50 service. But after RAF Halton, these routes will go different ways. The 55 go to Great Missenden and Chesham. The 55A and B would then go up to Tring and Wigginton, with the 55B also serving St Leonard's and up to Chesham. All three of these services are operated by Red Rose and will be operating as follows. The 55 is a peak hour only service. The 55A and B are a couple of times a day. There are 2 trips in each direction, apart from the 55A on Monday to Friday, but there's only one towards Chesham. For the 61 service operated by Red Eagle from Aylesbury to Dunstable, that's also got a revised timetable. It's also got additional trips added between Pitstone and Dunstable to make it every 45 minutes rather than every 90 minutes. Same for the 62, that's also got a revised timetable from Cheddington up to Aylesbury, run by Red Eagle. Next up, Route 100. Now, I must add, this takes place a few days later on the 3rd of September, and it's now got 2 additional school time journeys, which will be leaving Aylesbury at 6:30 and 1:30 in the afternoon, and 8:45 and 16:55 from Milton Keynes. Note though, these aren't being provided by Red Rose. These are actually being provided by Nest Transport, who are using this as a dead staging, so that the bus doesn't have to do a long dead run to do its school run in Milton Keynes. There are no changes, however, to the Red Rose services. As I said, these changes take place on the 3rd of September, so the 100 doesn't change till the 3rd of September. The 100-300 services, which of course the High Wycombe services from Aylesbury run by Red Line, have also got a revised timetable. This is just because of the school time changes at Princess Risborough School. Again, this does not change until the 8th of September due to obviously the school term. The 321 service, which is of course run by Red Rose, is a school bus from Princess Risborough to Tame. This has got additional stops added in Oxfordshire between Tame and Chinner. The 500 service, of course, run by Red Eagle buses up to Hemel Hempstead, is now every 30 minutes all day from Hemel Hempstead to Aylesbury, Monday to Friday, hourly on Saturdays. 1 an hour on the 5 will run as a 500 to go via Aston Clinton, while the other bus will run as an X500 and will run direct from Aylesbury to Tring. Next up, the Arriva changes, and firstly with the X4 bus to Milton Keynes, which is now only running from Aylesbury to Leighton Buzzard. It will run hourly along the exact same route. Alongside that, it will also have West Street and the railway station in Leighton Buzzard and terminate at the railway station. One school trip, however, won't go to the West Street area or to the railway station. This will extend up to Heath and Reach. I don't know what's going on with the Heath and Reach situation in a minute. Your best bet is to look with Central Bedfordshire Council, as it, of course, Heath and Reach and Leighton Buzzard are actually in Central Bedfordshire. There's an advised title on the X6, which is the Aylesbury, Buckingham, Milton Keynes route. However, Arriva have also launched the new X14 service, which will run from Aylesbury to Kingsbrook, Wing, Newton Leeds, Lakes Estate and Windermere Drive, Stadium MK, The Point and the railway station. This is a peak hour only service and will run by Arriva at the Milton Keynes depot. This is in competition with the 100 service run by both Red Rose and St Ness. However, there are a couple of changes, like for example the route goes through Kingsbrook Estate rather than Bearton, as well as going through Windermere Drive in the Lakes Estate between Bletchley and Newton Leeds. Next up are the High Wycombe, Marlow and Beaconsfield services changes. These are the most of them, so let's begin. Starting with the 1A, 1B, 1C services, which of course are Chesham High, which is the Chesham Hemel Hempstead services run by Carousel. These have got revised routes, with the 1B now extending up to Wyberley Hill in Hemel Hempstead to replace Route 71, and the 1C service to Cartridge has been withdrawn and replaced by the 105 service, which we'll get to in a minute. The school service 5 from Downey to Sir Williams Ramsey School has been withdrawn. This is just because passenger ridership hasn't been the best lately. There are other school changes later in this video. The 27 to Robinson Road has got a revised route and timetable. All journeys are now the 27. However, all buses now serve Orchard Road towards Maggie Wood, so towards Lambwater. The 29 to Cotswold Way has changed operator. Now, currently this is run by Carousel. It is now going to Red Eagle buses, and it's running to the exact same timetable as it does now. The 31 Beaconsfield service has got a revised timetable, with the 31S school bus being withdrawn. The 33 Topridge Castlefield route has also got a revised timetable. Note though that the Saturday service is now every 20 minutes. The 38 service to Deeds has got a revised timetable with additional journeys added. Route 103 to Windsor via Slough is now every 30 minutes all day, and the X103 Sunday service has been withdrawn and replaced by the 103, which will go through Beaconsfield, Newtown. The 104 service to Uxbridge via Denham has got a revised timetable as well. The Sunday service, which is currently every 2 hours from Beaconsfield to Uxbridge, is now hourly, but it is still only going as far as Beaconsfield. Then we've got the new 105 service, which will be an hourly service from High Wycombe to Beaconsfield, Coulshill, Amersham, Chesham and Cartridge. This replaces a number of services, the 72, 73 from Amersham to Chesham, and also the 73 up to Coulshill, and the 1C service from High Wycombe to Cartridge via, obviously, the Route 1 route via Hazelmere. This is an hourly service operated by Carousel Bus. Next up is the Marlow local buses, the 155, 156, 158, 160 services, which have changed operator from Red Eagle to Carousel. Note though that the 155 service, which is the Wednesday only route to Maidenhead, has unfortunately been withdrawn. The 275, which of course is the High Wycombe Chinner Oxford service, has also changed operator. This has gone back to Red Rose. Note though, Red Rose were originally going to be changing it to all journeys going back to Wycombe. That has not happened. Only one trip a day will go to Wycombe, with the rest terminated in Chinner. The Red Eagle route 331, which is the route that replaced the 275 when it's not going to High Wycombe to Chinner, has got a revised total its off-peak journeys. Note though that it's not all plain sailing. With the 334 to Spain, these school trips, which are operated by Carousel, have been renumbered. These are now the 644. Note though that the Red Eagle journeys haven't changed. The 377 380 services, which are run by Red Eagle from Hazelmere to Langwater, has been changed as well. The 377 service has been withdrawn, and the 380 service, which runs from Beaconsfield up to Jordan's, has been revised so that it serves 40 Green, which the 377 used to do. As I said, there are also some service changes to the school routes. The 607 Slough service no longer goes to Slough, it now starts in Britwell. The BB12 from Gerrards Cross has now been renumbered to the 604. And the 654, which is the Chinner Hill Royal Grammar School service, has changed to operate from Red Eagle to Carousel. Carousel have also launched 2 new services to Henley-on-Thames College. The 624 from Denham to Beaconsfield and Bourne End, up to Henley of course, and the 625 from Thame, Stokeland Church and Marlow. And as well as that, the following services have got revised timetables, these being the 30 to Downley, 32 Booker to Micklefield, 34 Lane End Olympic Way, 36 Bourne End to Wickham, 37 to Windsor via Maidenhead, 102 to Heathrow Airport, and the 850 service to Reading. And fine, next up is the Amersham-Cheshire network changes. These are quite massive changes in Amersham-Cheshire, with all the old numbers apart from the 78 and 79 going. The 71 has been replaced by the 1B service to Whiteley Hill. 72, 73 has been replaced by the 105 up to from Cheshire to Amersham through Cheshire Moor. 77 Cartridge has been replaced by the 105 from Cheshire to Cartridge. The 78, 79, which are the Great Hiving services, have got revised routes and timetable. These services will now serve the Hilltop Estate to replace the 71 service, and there's a new Saturday service, the 79A, which will only run to the Hilltop Estate. The 101 service is another new service. This runs from Amersham to Little Charfont, Gerrards Cross and Uxbridge, operating hourly, run by Carousel. This runs in every between Gerrards Cross and Uxbridge. This runs every 30 minutes, combined with the 104 service. The 106, 107, which are the current services from Amersham to Charfont and Gerrards Cross, have been cut back. These no longer run to Amersham. These are only run as far as Charfont Common from Slough. There has been additional journeys added though between Rex Park Hospital and Slough as well. The 149, 194 have been replaced by the 55 A and B services by Red Rose. The 177, 190 services to South Heath. The 177 service has been withdrawn. Excuse me. And replaced by the 190 service, which is now in both directions. Now for some other changes that are taking place in the region, starting with Route 18, run by both Red Rose Travel and Langston and Tusker. This route has got a revised timetable, and now we will now use the new road from Calvert to Steeple Claydon. Note though that this does not take place till the 8th of September, that is when the new road reopens. The 53 service, which is run by Thames Valley buses, has now got a revised route in Maidenhead, and also a revised timetable. This route runs from Rex Park Hospital in Slough all the way up to Bracknell, and this is operated by Thames Valley buses. The 704, which is also run by Thames Valley, has got a revised timetable on its whole route from Maidenhead to Heathrow Airport. And finally, the X3, the old F77 service, of course, run by Arriva. This route, of course, runs from Luton to Leighton Buzzard and Milton Keynes, and this route does go into Buckinghamshire through Stoke Hammond, with the X2 doing that. It's got a revised timetable. It's also got additional evening journeys added, and the Sunday service has now been reintroduced, running every 2 hours, with the X2 service running every 2 hours combined to every hour. But thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. More information on the timetables and where you can get them are on the Buckinghamshire Council website, which I'll link in the description. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.